Eyeless Jack. Jack was originally an ordinary teenager, but the cult used him for a failed human sacrifice. A ritual in which his eyes were removed and filled with a mixture of hot tar and blood turned him into a human kidney-eating monster. Yes, yes, kidneys. Appearance. Eyeless Jack wears a dark blue mask with no facial features. The mask has two large, round, completely black holes where the eyes should be. A thick black liquid drips from these empty eye sockets. He wears a black hoodie. He doesn't use knives or guns. His instrument is a surgical scalpel. His main story. A man named Mitch moves into a new house. On the very first night, he wakes up with a strange feeling of unease. On the second day, he wakes up again, sensing something is wrong. But this time, he sees a creature in a blue mask leaning over his bed, dripping something onto his cheek. Mitch pushes the stranger away in horror. The creature scratches him and jumps out the window. Later, Mitch discovers a neat surgical incision on his side, stitched up with precise professional stitches. He doesn't remember how he got this wound. He goes to the hospital. The doctor examined him, tells Mitch that he is missing his left kidney. Mitch realizes the worst. Last night, Jack broke into his house while he was sleeping. He knocked Mitch unconscious, deftly removed his kidney, stitched up the wound, and fled. That night, he returned for the second kidney, but Mitch accidentally woke up. The Russian sleep experiment. This is one of the most famous and scary creepypastas. The action supposedly takes place in the late 1940s in the USSR. A group of researchers offers 5 political prisoners a deal. If they can go without sleep for 30 days, they will be released. The experiment uses an experimental stimulant gas that prevents subjects from falling asleep. It is sprayed into a sealed chamber. Scientists observe them through thick glass and listen through microphones. Days 1 to 5. Everything is going well. The prisoners communicate, but their conversations become increasingly dark and fixated on the past. Days 6 to 9. Paranoia sets in. They stop talking to each other and start whispering into microphones, informing on their comrades. Then uncontrollable screaming begins. One subject screams so long that his vocal cords break and he falls silent. The observation windows of the chamber were completely closed. Suddenly, the noise stops, and there is complete silence. Day 15. The researchers, alarmed by the prolonged silence, announce over the intercom that they are about to enter. They expect resistance or death from the subjects, but suddenly hear a faint voice over the speakers. We don't want to be released anymore. When the soldiers open the chamber, they are met with a monstrous scene. The subjects, without touching the food, have mutilated themselves and eaten their own flesh. Despite their mortal wounds, they have gained super strength and demand the gas be returned, afraid to sleep. During the attempt to remove them from the chamber, almost everyone dies. Only one subject survives. When the researcher points a gun at him and asks in horror, "What are you?" the creature claimed to be the embodiment of the evil that lives within every human being. The researcher then shoots. Although the story is often presented as a true, declassified Soviet-era report, it is entirely fictitious. The legend is often accompanied by a creepy black-and-white photograph of a creature with bulging eyes and a wide grin. In reality, it is an animatronic doll.